Hey, you went flying Billy Spur. Hey, you went driving around the world. Hey, you went brown like a squirrel. Hey, you went Chanel pearls. Hey, you went Rolls Royce car. Hey, you went Rolls Royce truck. Oh, you want war with all my hoes. Oh, you wanna line it all up. Hey, I'ma play it how it is. Hey, I been playing for some years. Hey, you tryna steal all the spill. Hey, I'm in the field, not a pill. Hey, you wanna spill, then let's spill. Hey, you know how real niggas is. Rolls Royce still Uncle Phil. Yeah.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to The Experience. This is season 4, episode 9, and oh my goodness, we only have one episode left. Hope you guys have been listening, but we've got a great one for you today. For our prime time topic, we are talking about the different principles and friendships that we think are important. For our game, me and Darren are doing a little best friends test, and then after that, for our final call, we do a little scenario of, am I the asshole? This is season 4, episode 9. This is The Experience.
Yo, you just glitched out crazy. When you were talking about that shit, as soon as you started mentioning that, like, the video quality would get better after that, it's just like it just fucked up all your shit. I don't know, maybe Riverside heard you.
First off, Riverside, you little bitch.
Cause I'm like, what the
fuck together? Is it still glitching?
No, you're good now. But for a minute, like as you were talking, it just stopped. Like as soon as you started talking shit about like the quality, it just stopped. I was like, that's scary.
Riverside, ho. In the words of Nicki, ho. Get it together. My goodness.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
But all right, guys, welcome back. It is season 4, episode 9. I cannot believe it. We have one more episode, and then this season is fucking wraps, guys. Can you believe it? Because I can't. Let's see if the clapping works. Let's do a cheer. Let's do it.
There we go. Penultimate.
Welcome back, guys. We've got a all right,
that's a cheer. That's a standing ovation right there.
Goodness, I just said hello. All right.
I mean,
I wish I had that in real life. I mean,
we kind of deserve it at this point.
Exactly. I think so. Come on now.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, welcome back to The Experience. My name is Jay, and I am the sports gay. And joined with me today is
D. Allen, aka the Don of all trades.
Yes, guys. Yes, as I said before, we've got a fun episode. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that have to deal with friends, kind of like similar themes of the first episode of the podcast, but we're, full circle, we're bringing it on back. So let's go ahead and jump into our primetime topic, and we are going to be talking about principles that your friendship should have. And so I'm going to pass it to Darren because I didn't really think of a structure for this segment. Maybe that's a principle. If you fuck up, don't just push it to your best friend to figure it out. But
yeah,
that's
maybe
what I'm doing right now.
But he's gonna do it anyway. But no, the principles.
I never said I was perfect. He
never claimed that. He embraces imperfections. But anyway, honestly, principles vary from people to people. I think everybody kind of has their own set when it comes to friends and friendships. And honestly, if we're really talking about this, levels to friends, like, yeah, it's not just friends as one, like, kind of one main thing. It's kind of segmented a little bit. It's you got friends that are a little more, high maintenance. You got friends that are lower maintenance. You got friends that are, that you see, like, more high and by, not really acquaintances, because you would still kind of kick it with them. You just don't really have that desire to do that, but they're still your friends, but they're maybe a lower tier.
See, I disagree with the tier system. I just feel like they're acquaintance. Like, if you were to ask me, I feel like an acquaintance and a friend are not the same thing. Like, if you're my acquaintance, you're not my friend. Like, I feel like
I agree.
You like become a friend, like that's like a deeper level of connection and like getting to know someone, and like I don't know. I'm not the person to. And I think this maybe has come with age, but I'm not the person to categorize my friends, because I guess the older you get, like the surface level friendships, like I don't really desire those. It's like I want people who I know are going to be there consistently, and I look for different qualities and different people that I would call my friend. People are different. Everybody is different. But I feel like as long as somebody has like a majority of the qualities, I can make them a friend. But I'm not going to like, put somebody on a different tier because they're half-assing all the qualities that I need, because I'm past the point for me personally, like with my age, for the surface level shit. Like if we're acquaintances, we're acquaintances. If we're coworkers, we're just coworkers. You know, that's what I think.
No, I think no, I agree. I think a lot of that is true. Like, of course, you have your coworkers, you have your acquaintances. Those are separate than friends. But I think in friends, maybe it's not necessarily like I don't want to say like each friend is just like or is lesser than the other friend. I don't want to say that like it's in that vein. I'm saying like some friends you do just say hi and bye to. Some friends you do just kind of see every so often. They maybe be far away from you. Like you might not communicate really like on a daily, weekly, or even monthly basis with them. But you still consider them a friend. You still consider them a friend, honestly. It's just you kind of have to put them in a different kind of category, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
fair.
don't know. And those principles that you assign to those friends are dependent on how you view them in your friendship hierarchy, kind of,
You know,
and a little bit. Like you got friends that you, like you said, friends that you really, really want to like hold on to. That's not surface level. That are your like ride or die, your dogs. And you have a certain set of principles. I'll say me, like obviously honesty, um, honestly, upfrontness, like just being
yeah.
direct. I appreciate that in like my closest friends.
Yeah.
I
Like for
like
example, when a couple weeks ago, and I was like, Darren, stop fucking being late to the podcast. Did you appreciate that? I feel like you
no, I
appreciate.
actually didn't fucking appreciate that shit.
Well,
I
I
want
didn't
to
appreciate you being
smack
late.
that nigga.
So,
It's like no.
well, you
Um,
can't. Too bad. Too bad. So sad, man. Too bad. So sad.
I couldn't reach over there and do that. But no, but I do. But no, in all honesty, it was still appreciated. I think you want that from a friendship. At least I do. Like I just want like a certain set of qualities that make you hold. Like I can hold them accountable. They can hold me accountable.
Mhm.
People obviously like friends that I'm obviously vibe with. You want to be able to hang out with them and be able to
Yeah.
do things with them as well.
Touching
Um,
on the upfrontness, I really appreciate that in my friends too, because it's like your friends are you want to surround yourself where with people like you can help them grow and they can help you grow, and I feel like being upfront is a big part of that. Like I send songs to Darren all the time, and like if something don't sound right, I want him to be like, hey, like that's kind of ass, like maybe rework this part. Or like if he like writes something or like design something, and I might be like, hey, like maybe no, do this or like edit it this way, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's all important because it's like helping you at the end of the day. Like nobody wants a yes man, or some people do want a yes man, but if you want yes man, that's not going to help you grow as a person. So the upfrontness is really
yeah,
important.
and those friends I just you hold dear. You really kind of want to continue. You want to grow those types of friendships anyway. But like obviously, like I said,
Yeah.
you have those friends that you may not see often, that you may not talk to often, that you still consider a friend. Like whenever y'all see each other, it's like it's love. It's like what's up, what's up, let's catch up. But like, would you hold them to a certain standard because like you don't really communicate with them often? Like you'll be like you don't expect them to kind of. What if they don't wish you happy birthday? I think that's the thing. That's one
I'm just
example
going
that
to
a
say
lot of
this.
people hold really really strongly.
No, and because I feel like that's really important. I feel like that's the day that you were born. You would not exist. That's like really important. Like you guys wouldn't be friends if you weren't born. So for me, I'm not a social media type person, but if I don't at least get a text message or a call, like bro, fuck you. Like we're not friends. Like, are you serious? Like
Wow,
that's crazy to me that my friend would not tell me happy birthday.
you
Like
don't
I
think
don't expect um Clarence, who sits third row in the office, to tell me happy birthday, but I expect my friend, no matter how long we don't talk to each other. Like, you know, I have a friend that, like, you know, we don't talk as often and we pick right back up where we left off, but they always will tell me happy birthday. Like, I feel like those are key moments that like matter. Like, when I was dropping my album, they reposted it. We haven't talked in a while, but they knew that, like, that's something that's important to me. So, like, let me, like, do that. And I would do the same for my friends. Like, I feel like that is, like, that's crazy. That's crazy for me. If a friend doesn't tell me happy birthday, a friend.
I wouldn't say crazy. I think crazy is that's strong. Like I don't
I
know.
don't
I feel
think so
like
at all. I think
I,
that's the perfect word.
I think that it just depends on how you feel about your birthday. Clearly, you feel very very strongly about your birthday that you want people to celebrate you and tell you and wish you a happy birthday. It doesn't matter like what your relationship, especially if you feel like your friends are all on the same playing field. Of course, like you've already admitted that.
Yeah,
Yeah, your friends, you want those strong relationships. You don't really care about surface level shit. So honestly, you hold all your friends to the same standards, sounding like. So they should
Yeah.
all kind of wish you a happy birthday with the same kind of, I don't want to say enthusiasm, but
It's
kind of
not
in a
an
way.
enthusiasm thing. It's just like the thought that count. Like if you just don't say anything and don't address it, like I feel like that's fucked up. Like I'm not saying like post me on your Instagram, or because different friends manifest it in a different ways. Like I do have friends that will post me. I have
Mhm.
friends that won't post me, but as long as you say something, that's the thing. To just like not acknowledge the day that I was born, that's
But what if they
to a
forget?
friend. I feel like that's wild.
But sometimes friends forget. Sometimes you can charge it to like whatever's going on with them personally. Maybe they might be going through something like they just can't think about other shit, and
Well,
then
it
your
depends.
birthday just didn't come up.
I don't know. I feel like I talk to my friends enough, and like we they
They
see
still
me on
fuck with
social
you.
media. I just don't think. I just think that's unreasonable. If it's your friend's birthday, you're not gonna forget. If you really care about them, you're not gonna forget. That's not something you forget.
What if you do it later, like the next? What if you wish you like a happy belated, like couple weeks
That's
or something later?
fine. That's
That's
fine.
fine.
So like if it's like a day later, maybe like. But if it's like
What was like a
I don't
couple
know,
weeks?
a
It's
couple
like,
weeks is that I would feel some type of way about that. I
and it
would.
was just like, oh man, I didn't even know, bro. I had like a kidney transplant I had to do. My dog just died. My auntie just got buried the other day. Like, what if they just had
Okay,
like a
so
series of
that's
unfortunate events?
different. That's different, but
I just
a
lost my
lot of the time,
job.
but that's different. But a lot of the times, it's not that case. There'll be people that just don't say
Oh, I
anything.
wasn't on social media. I didn't see you post none. So if I
But
don't
it's
see you
like you're
posting,
my friend though, so you should know around what
do
like
you
didn't your
remember
birthday
all
just
your
pass?
friends' birthdays? Do you remember all your friends' birthdays?
I
Every
know
single one of them.
everybody that I consider a friend. I know all of their birthdays when it's happening. If I don't know it by heart, I have them on social
Wow.
media to know when it's gonna be. I don't know everybody's by heart, but I know I know when their birthday is. Like
Like a
Avery,
general.
I don't know the exact day that Avery's birthday is, but I know it's coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm not going to miss it because I'm locked in with him. I'm hanging out with him. He's talking about his birthday.
That's
Like
real. No,
you
and
know.
that's your friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it's like, somebody that I don't really like, you know.
I wouldn't hold a friend. I wouldn't hold a friend like, I wouldn't really kill a friend for doing that, for forgetting my birthday. I feel like I wouldn't hold them that accountable for that.
I don't know. I would.
I don't think that's an issue for me, and that's just me.
I don't know. I
For
just
real.
and maybe we're just raised different, but like birthdays are important. Like, like not tomorrow is not promised, and like, another year that you make it, that's like a year to like be blessed and thankful. Like birthdays are really, really important, especially like after the pandemic and just like people thinking like everything was gonna be fine and like losing loved ones left and right. Like that really put it in perspective for me to like not like miss those like important moments. Like that's the day that somebody was born. So I don't know. It holds a
Yeah.
lot of weight for me, and like I just was always raised that birthdays are important, and my friend will know that importance. They will know that about me because we're friends. They will know that I hold that as important, and they won't forget it.
What
But
if
if we
somebody?
not friends, then
Okay, okay. What if? Or how do you feel about gifts from your friends on your birthday?
oh, I don't really care about gifts. I mean, I'm
That's
thankful
not
for gifts, but
Christmas too. I'm not just talking about your birthday. Like Christmas too. Like
yeah,
anytime
I
that you
mean,
exchange.
I don't really mind because I'm not like a gifts
That's
person.
not.
The only reason I would feel some type of way is like if you give all your other friends nice shit, but when it comes to me, I don't get shit. That's when I would feel some type of way because it's like, bitch, the fuck are you doing? And would you not feel the same way?
What if they think you're just a humble person, a humble being that just wants, nice, thoughtful gifts instead of, very extravagant gifts that they may give their other friends? Maybe
It's
they
not
may.
about what the gift is. It's the fact that you don't get me a gift at all, but your other friends, you get them a gift.
Okay, maybe that. Yeah, okay, I'll get that. Like, and then you have to realize where, you stand with them in your
Yeah, because
friendship.
it's like, what the fuck did I do? Like at that point, it's intentional. So
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. Gifts definitely isn't really that big of a
yeah.
thing with friends. I don't know. Do you feel like you have to hang out with your friends often in order to kind of keep up that friendship thing? Do you feel like if you don't hang out with them, your friendship kind of falls off?
I feel like in the beginning, yes, it's important to be intentional and like nurture that. Like with me and you, like, you know, we literally can't hang out every day because I don't live there. But me and you have been friends since we've been like fucking 13 and 14 years old. So, you know, there's
Hmm.
been times, and I feel like in the beginning of our friendship, it was important for us to hang out and get to know each other. And we did that a lot. And so I feel like in the beginning stages of a friendship like that, that is key. And I do feel like if that part is not there, then it will fall off. You will grow apart. But like once you've been friends for a minute, then it's like we're locked in at that point. And like it's different for each person because I don't think there's like one specific time frame. I think you just know, like once you like know through and like I don't Sunday puts it like, and Sunday's my cousin. She says that you have to like go through something with somebody to like know if they're like really down. And I don't really think about it like that, but it's just like there has to be like
Yeah.
a moment where you guys have like shared, you know, something to where it's like there's no going back. Like I don't know. I can't think of like the moment in our friendship.
Just a
I think
strong emotion,
yeah, like I think maybe like when I came out to you and like we were
maybe.
still friends after that. And then
Maybe that
like
was a big moment.
yeah, but like we've had a lot of big moments. So it's like, but I feel like the collection of those kind of like
Yeah.
cemented the friendship.
Yeah. I think, yeah, like you said, you touched on it, the big emotional moment. You kind of, once you have that with a friend, you can kind of elevate them in your friendship. That's when I said the hierarchy type thing. I don't really have those. I don't really have many of those friends that I like, have really shared an intimate, like emotional connection, like where it was to the point where it's like, oh yeah, we're really locked in as homies, like, or that my homegirl, my homie, whoever. But like, I still have friends that are strong friends to me, but I didn't have like that type of bond with them, and
Mhm.
that's so I kind of put them in a little bit of a different category when I think about them in that way. So like, I don't know. I feel like some friends I would like to hang out with. Obviously, my closest friends I hang out with often anyway.
Mhm.
But the friends that I don't hang out with or I don't see often, I don't really think I need to kind of like re up on us hanging out. I like, oh yeah, I need to get my
But I
kind of
mean,
like
hanging out can
my
be,
reps in with you, man. It's
but
been
I
a
feel
minute.
like, but I feel like hanging out can manifest in different ways because it's like it's all about intentionality, right?
Mm.
And
Like, do people hang out anymore? What does that mean anymore? Really, kind of
I
like
mean,
today,
shit, like I don't
like
know,
just
like
pulling up to somebody crib.
me and my friend Faith will like I'll go over to hers, we'll play video games, we'll just sometimes just sit on the couch and just be in each other's presence. Like that
Okay,
is,
that's like hanging
that's
out.
hanging out. But I would
Mm.
say like, I have a friend and they live not where I live, but like though we can't hang out physically with each other, like I'm still gonna get a phone call. We'll still talk and like chat and be on the phone and like, that counts too. Like, I just feel like people like I don't know. I feel like people try and take it for granted. They're like, oh, like I don't need to see you every day. I don't need to do that. But like that shit counts. I don't know. The more that I get older, the more that I realize, like, because I'm thinking about
Those
people where
moments.
like if something was going on, like who could I honestly pick up the phone and call and be able to like talk about it with, Because you can, I don't ever want to overburden my friends, but like,
Yeah.
like there's got to be like, there's got to be that level of like I can call you and like, we can figure this out, or if you can't figure it out, you can give me the resources to, or I can give you
Mhm.
that, or I could be that for you. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, it don't have to be 50-50,
Mhm.
but both things have to, it can fluctuate, but both things have to equal up to 100 at the end of the day. Like it can't be me giving 50 and them giving 3. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I think can you like really tell when people are like half-assing friendships?
Oh yeah. I call it out too. Like I feel like I have a really good detector of
Mhm.
that. Like, I
Like
don't
that
know.
bullshit kind of detector. Even like the friendships, like I said, like I have a bunch of friends that I don't even live that don't even live in like close proximity to me, but I still consider them friends. But I don't think they are half-assing the friendship just because they're far away. They're
Mhm.
still, I still feel that they're friend. Like whenever I do hit them up and talk to them, it's always
Mhm.
like good. Like you feel me? It's always gonna be kind of good vibes type shit. But like you can even have friends that are like close to you that can half-ass it sometimes. But I
Yeah.
think I don't know. Maybe that feeling is
Yeah, you
different for
can.
everyone. I think
You
it's
can't.
different for everybody for sure.
Yeah, it is different. I feel like for me, one thing is like if I'm if we only talk from me reaching out to you, I feel like you're half-assing it. That feels very like one-sided to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, if I'm always like making the plans for us to hang out, if it's always me, like if we would never speak to each other, if I don't say anything, then it's like that's a half-ass friend.
Yeah.
And I'll call it out too. I'm not look, I think one thing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but one thing about me that I feel like a lot of my friends respect, I am quick to call out bullshit. I really don't have the time or the patience to deal with it. So I call it out quick because I'm just like, hey, like, get it the fuck together. Get it
Yeah,
together.
instead of just bullshitting. Don't
Yeah.
bullshit me. Don't
Don't
bullshit
bullshit
me.
because I won't bullshit you, or at least I won't intentionally try to
Yeah.
bullshit you. So
And
don't
if you
bullshit.
do bullshit other people, you expect them to kind of give you that same, energy.
Exactly.
You're like, oh yeah, you
And
bullshit.
tell me if I ever do something. Tell me,
Right.
because my pride is not too big, especially for my friends. So
Yeah. And then another thing that I really liked or found really interesting, I wouldn't say like, when you said like Sunday said people need to be in the ringer kind of with your friend to really see that. I feel like people get tested a lot in friendships. And that testing looks a little bit different. Like some people intentionally test their friends.
I think that's
I don't know
weird.
if I really like that because I do think that's kind of weird. I think on the surface it could be seen as weird, but I think I get the essence of it. I think the essence of it isn't weird. Like when it's like, oh, sometimes it's like, oh, maybe you don't even know a person for real until you get in a situation like that. You don't want to create that situation, but when presented a situation like that and you're shown someone's kind of true colors or how they view you in certain friendship lights, then maybe I agree with that. Like, oh, maybe this is like a universe testing thing. It's like, oh yeah, maybe I needed to be tested with this person in this environment to see how this person is. But when you do create like a test though, that is kind of weird when you like, all right, I want to see if they really down for it. But in certain cases,
I feel like here's the caveat. Here's the caveat. If you have expressed that it's an issue before and that it keeps happening and you've already expressed it, then I feel like, okay, you could put a test. I feel like that would be the only situation if you express, but you can't just like test somebody and like never express like this is how you want to be, because you have to teach people how you want to be treated, and that's by setting boundaries, that's by speaking up, that's why you could just plainly say it, like, I like when my friends do this, and I feel like if you haven't done any of those things and then you're trying to test your friend, that's weird, because people will say that like common sense is it's common sense. It's common sense this, it's common sense that. Common sense isn't that common. And some people was not, raised the same, Like I used to like I want to thank my parents for telling me that, because they used to say that all the time, like, people aren't raised the same as you. I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? And like being an adult and living in the real world, I am like, how the fuck did some of y'all make it? Like I feel really like honestly bad, because it's like you guys were raised crazy.
Bad.
Y'all was raised crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, you just gotta put your hands up and be like, fuck.
Literally.
You got it, dog. Some people be raised, man. I'd be like, yo, I can't really deal with niggas like you. But no, I think that testing shit really does can manifest in different ways. I feel like certain people kind of do it to see if their friends would backstab them a little bit. Sometimes you could have a friend that kind of, maybe not backstab you, but maybe have a propensity to kind of, I think I'll say with straight men for real, I think a lot of the times the only times like straight men get into a real issue is either because of money or women. And more time women is kind of that
more expansive of what you guys feel.
It's kind of like those two is the only real reasons you're gonna beef with another nigga.
Mercy, women and money. That's it.
And money is really that's the only time. That's the only time we're gonna really be, because that's where a lot of niggas' principles kind of surround. It's just like, oh, if you gonna like try to fuck someone over,
principles. That's all.
I mean, we niggas have multiple principles. I think when it comes to male friendships, though, those would be the only things that cause tension. It's not like we don't have other things we kind of bond with. It's just we have the only time you're gonna really have tension is with something that has to do with like money and women.
Yeah.
But like
That
I
made
said,
me think because I remember I sent you a TikTok one time
mhm.
of this guy, and he was saying that like girls don't have long friendships or as long friendships as guys do. And she was like, actually, that's not true. It's the fact that guys don't know how to, or straight men don't know how to express their emotions and communicate. And like, they don't have friendships of substance. And so the stakes are low because their friendships aren't of that much substance. Like they only like talk about like sports or like that, and like that's the theme of their friendship. And because most of their most straight men friendships are like that, that's why they have these long lasting friendships and multiple, because of, you know, them not being of much substance. Versus women have much more, they might have shorter friendships, but a lot of them are well, of much more substance, and they have different things to talk about and to rely on each other on. And that was interesting to me because I feel like as a gay man, like I've definitely noticed that with my straight male friends versus my gay male friends and my women friends. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think there is some truth to that. But I don't think there is like 100% because I think a lot of the male friendships that I have, straight male friendships, do have substance. I think me being in a fraternity kind of helps with that too because we kind of been exposed to each other in different ways. And we kind of talked through certain things that like and really gone through trials and tribulations with each other. So we kind of have more substance in our natural kind of brotherhood friendship than most people would. But like I said, I think that does have some truth to it. Like when I said, when people do have an issue, when men do have an issue, it is kind of surface level and it can kind of branch off to something that's not really that important. But I wouldn't say the whole friendship is geared on something that has a complete lack of substance. I think a lot of the times, like men, the way men bond, not all the time needs to have as much of an emotional weight to it that I think a lot of women may have in their friendships. And I think men kind of understand that and kind of pick and choose whenever that's like a thing that really becomes like a thing in their friendship. Like if it becomes an issue, then yeah, we'll talk about it. But if it's like if we're good and we bond on a bunch of other shit, like that's not just like surface level shit too. Like we could bond over like family shit. Like both of our mothers might be close. Like it could be stuff like that where like we kind of just bond broader than just like basic sports and music and fucking and blah blah blah. It's all friendships I think are dynamic. I think many friendships of the same gender, of different genders can be dynamic, of the same sexuality, all of that. I think you just got to find them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
I
because
think
I
it
don't think it's
depends.
impossible. I
Depends on the
mean, like
person.
obviously, like we're friends, you know. But I
It
will
depends on the person.
say it has been hard for me to like have a lot of straight male friends because I feel like if it's not that surface of sports and bitches
It just
and
depends on the
going
person.
out, I don't know. That's just that, but that's just been my experience. Like,
Yeah.
look, if there's another gay man that has a lot of good quality substance straight men and you live in LA, point me to the direction. Because you know I would love to. Like I love and that I love my women friends. I do, but it's just like I would also like to have male friends as well. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. Niggas go by that code, and oh yeah, then you got guy code, and girls have their own shit, girl code and whatnot.
Mhm.
So I don't know, guy code. I feel like that's I don't know,
Let me
like
see. Let me do a little Google
do
search.
niggas
What
even
you find?
have like a legit like guy code? I feel like
Okay. What
niggas.
is guy code?
I think it depends. I think some niggas have guy code. Like they pick and choose when to apply their guy code. I think
Oh, so there's like a list. This is weird. Okay. There's
it's like a bro
19
code.
unwritten. It's like it's a sense of unwritten rules for guys. Um, and then
Bro code, guy code, same shit.
yeah, and then girl code is the same thing, and it's like an unwritten list. Okay, so one of them is like don't stand in the urinal like right next to you.
Yeah, you can't
I
do that.
feel that one because what the fuck are you
Can't do
doing?
that.
Especially if there's multiple, bro.
You
Get the
can't do
fuck
that.
on somewhere. Go.
But those be like general shits, yeah. Those be like general things you just can't do with other men.
There's also let them pay. Like if somebody offers to pay, don't be like, "Are you sure I got it?" Or like, "No, you don't." Like, there's
Don't
that.
ask twice. But that's yeah.
Stop them from. This one's crazy. Stop them from cheating. I feel like I'm gonna speak on this one because a lot of friends will just let their friends cheat and
Nah,
be
you
okay
can't,
with it.
can't let your homie cheat.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah, like you're not being a good friend because you're not being real with your friend and you're not helping them to be a better person. Am I gonna go snitch? Absolutely not.
Hell
Because
no,
that
never.
is also
Against the fucking guy code, against the bro code,
against
you
the guy.
snitch on that shit. So
Yeah.
if you see it, just turn
But I'm
away.
definitely gonna customize. I'll be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You have a wife and kids. Like, bro, I just can't rock something that'll fuck your friend up. Be like, man, if you're gonna keep doing this, I just can't rock with shit like that, man. I can't rock with you if you're gonna be
Oh,
on
we'll
that shit.
talk. We'll do
That'll
a little talk, but come
that'll
on.
hit them. That'll hit
Yeah,
them.
but I ain't telling you, lady. I won't.
Yeah, of course not.
I can't.
Never take the last beer or pizza. Some of these are stupid. See,
Yeah, no,
beer
see,
and
that's white shit. That's white shit. See, you going into the white territory shit.
yeah.
I know. Yeah, but anyway, guy code is. I think. Which one do you think is more fluid with guy code? Like, do you think guy code or girl code is more fluid?
So, just want to preface this: there are not women on the show to speak to
There's
girl
not.
code. So, we're only speaking from our
We're guessing.
perspective here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they're both pretty fluid. I would say they both are very fluid. I just think that, like, I don't know. A lot of the guys that I've dealt with, my experience, would like to have their cake and eat it too. And you know, the ladies aren't having that shit, and I'm kind of on the lady side with that. So yeah,
I think it depends on the situation.
it does depend on.
I say you and I got I got stories for days to really kind of test guy code.
Yeah. Should we talk about that one situation, or should we?
We'll table it. We'll talk about
Okay,
it. We'll talk about one day.
okay.
One day we will.
I'm not trying to put his business out there, y'all.
Yeah, one
That's
day.
another thing too. So I have a few general ones that I feel like are guy code, girl code. It's all of the codes. So one is you don't put your friend's business out ever. Like even if I like fall out with a friend, if my friend told me something that's like their business, I would never do that. That's some hoe ass shit to do. Even if you guys stop being friends, like that
cool.
stays between you guys. It does.
Not cool.
Yeah. And then this one too, have their back in a fight. Like, don't let your friend get beat up. Now, if you can't fight, then you can't fight. But don't you got to put in the effort. You can't let your friend get beat up.
I'd be asking, bro. I'd be thinking that same shit. I'd be like, bro, you can't. If your friend, I always love posing this scenario too. Like, if your friend is in a fucking fight, if they just get smacked around and you're the witness it, you can't just like run away. You have to do something.
Yeah.
Do something. Like if you, because it depends. I don't care like who it is. You got to do something.
Yeah. I feel like too that not even physical. Like I feel like if I'm getting into an argument, even if I'm dead ass wrong, I want my friend to defend me.
Okay.
And then when we're like there, like when it's just us, then they can be like, hey,
"Yo, you're wrong
as fuck for that. Like you can't, you know."
But
do you in public, around the masses, around the general people, you better fucking have my back. The fuck?
I feel that. But do you really want somebody to butt into your argument though? Like, what if you like just really in it with somebody? Do you want your friend?
I'll let my friend know. So it depends. So there's one. Like if I'm being tag teamed, then no, my friend needs to come. And
all right,
like,
that's different. All right, I'm talking about just mano y mano.
I'll let my friend too know. I'll let my friend. I'm the type of person where I'll be like, "Hey, Darren, I got this." Like say some dumb shit, and I got this. Hold on, you know.
My turn. Yeah. I got it.
My turn. Yeah. I can tag my friend in real quick, but I got it. But no, yeah.
Yeah, man,
no, like I feel like that's the thing. Like I don't. Yeah. Like doing that. Like even if you agree with the other person, don't do it in their face. Just like let's bring it to the. You know.
Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. No. You got it's certain moments. You know.
Yeah.
You do it. You got to pick and choose.
Exactly.
And you know, from my experience, like a guy code, like I said, it's been fluid. But I'll say girl code. It depends on the girl, man. Shit. I mean, like honestly, you know, some girls would be like, you think they would be so locked in, but You know,
What do you think of the bros over hoes? I think that's stupid.
bros over hoes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think there's some truth to that. Bros over hoes, because I think
Yeah,
niggas like put the hoes in a different category. Well, if
but
you
I
feel
but I
if
feel like
you
you're specifying hoe. I mean, generally, like,
over women, are you saying your
yeah,
brothers over women in general?
yeah, because I
Over
feel like
women,
that's how most guys use it.
I think you shouldn't put brother. You shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm only for the bros, and like you basically shitting on women. You should never do that. But if you're like talking about, am I gonna pick like my brother? Am I gonna be on my brother's side over a random woman? I'm gonna pick my brother.
So what I mean is like, say your friend has a girlfriend and she's like, babe, let's do this. Let's go hang out. But then your friend is like, comes with plans out of the blue and they're like, yo, like all the bros are gonna be here, let's do this. And you're like, I got plans with my lady. And they're like, man, fuck that. Like, let's do this shit like this, and like,
Oh, if it's his lady, we're not gonna be on no bros. Like, yeah, come on, we go with the bros. I think me and my niggas are reasonable.
mhm.
So I think we know, like, no, if you gonna be with if you already got that set up with your lady, go do that, and then we can, like, if we could have we would have probably planned around it. But if it came up out of nowhere, then I'll be like, shit, man, you just have to hit us next time, nigga. He gonna have the FOMO.
Yeah.
He the one that's gonna have the FOMO. He the one that's gonna be like, we still gonna have fun. That nigga gonna be the one with the FOMO. But we not gonna tell him like we not gonna shit on him for it. We gonna let him still do that. But I can see that. It's definitely men that definitely be like, nah, fuck that, fuck her. Like, yeah, fuck them bitches, fuck these bitches and whatnot. I don't know about that. That's a little
I
too
feel
far.
like
That's a little too far.
I feel like the only case where I could see that is like, I don't think that a person should like get in between your friendship, like the lust or like you wanting them, that shouldn't get in between the friendship. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
say you guys like the same girl, like I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I
Yeah.
feel like the friendship is more important because you don't even know if it's gonna like work.
Yeah.
You guys are, you know.
But if niggas are presented with the opportunity, that's the thing. Women have that's why I said guy code is a little more fluid because I think women kind of can exploit that sometimes because it could be niggas who are homies. But if they're both presented with the same opportunity with the same girl, and you know what I'm talking about, they're both gonna take that opportunity.
I feel like though there's like a check-in though. I feel like before you move forward the opportunity, there's always a check-in. Like, say, let's pretend that I'm straight. You guys watch my self tapes. I play straight really well. Listen to my album. Apparently, I sound like a straight man. From a lot of people have said that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but let's say that we like the same girl and an opportunity was presented, and I know that you like her. Me as a friend, as bro code, I'm gonna be like, hey, like, I know that you're feeling her, and like, look, this has happened. How would you feel if I like went forward with it? I feel like that is that's respectable to do.
And then this is where the testing comes in. This is where the testing may be okay in this sense. What if you're like, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Yeah, no, I'm serious. They're just like, I don't care. Go do it.
Well,
Now,
if
what
it
do
was me
you
and
as a
you in the
friend?
situation, if it was
No,
me and you in the
it's me and
situation,
you.
I'd be
It's me
like,
and you. And that's what I'm saying. And then I look
I'd be
at
like,
you.
I'd be like, I would make sure. I'd be like, I feel like you do care the way that you said that. I feel like you do. And if you're
That's it.
testing me right now, you need to tell me. Like, fuck
See,
the
if you
test.
do all that, then yeah, I'm be like, yeah, I'm testing you, nigga. Don't do that. But
Okay, and
most
then I
niggas,
wouldn't. And then I would respect how you feel, and then
but most niggas might not even see it. They'll be like, whatever. And most niggas
they're
can,
not your
I mean,
friends.
and
They're
then
not your friends.
there's some niggas that you could just be like, straight up, no, don't do it, and they'll be like, well, I mean, she wanted it. I'm not about to.
That's
I
not
ain't
your
about to.
friend.
I mean,
Not your friend.
it'd be like that.
I don't know, my friend.
Can you even imagine you being in that same situation with one of your friends, either one of your like gay male friends or like even female friends? Like if y'all
Um,
both like the same dude, like or like let's say like she fucked or one of your gay male friends fucked this one dude and
mhm.
you like a long time ago and then you trying to fuck with that dude now.
I'd still
Like
say something. I'd be like, is this weird? Like, I'd have the conversation, of course.
is there like a statute of
And if they
limitations on
really
that?
felt, Mm,
Is there like a time frame where it's just like, okay,
I
say if
feel
that was your
I
girl?
feel like I don't think that there's a statute of limitations, but I feel like if the relationship prior was sexual, or if it got to the level of that, or if there was like a strong emotional bond, then there needs to be a conversation.
Okay.
Um,
Even
but
if
if
it's
it
the
was like,
reverse, even if it's the
let
reverse.
me take sexual. Let me take sexual out of it. If there was a strong
Okay.
emotional connection,
Okay.
then I feel like there needs to be a conversation. Because if it was just like, if my friend was like, "Oh, I just hooked up with them. I don't even like, I barely I forgot they existed."
Mm-hmm.
That's different from like, hey, like I really had feelings with them. Like it didn't go wrong. It didn't really go right. If I saw you with them, like that would kind of be hard for me. Like that's different. And I feel
Even
like
if,
having that conversation is important.
even if it's like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, like you'd be like, you still would, like, say you were in the position of the friend now. You
Mhm.
fucked somebody a long time ago that you was like really, really, that you, and when we don't say fuck, like we move away from it. Emotionally, you emotionally fucked them and you
Mhm.
physically fucked them too. But that was a long, long time ago. And now fast forward to now, and that friend that's a really, really good friend of yours is getting intimate with that person that you fucked with a long time ago.
That
Do
would
you
make me
feel
feel
like,
some type of
do you
way.
would you do you feel like that, but what, say that you're also currently in a relationship, say that you're in love with somebody right now that's completely different and far removed from that moment in your life, and the fact that
Because
your friend is dated, do you still feel that way
it
with
made me feel some type of way, because I feel like, specifically with my exes and the people that I fucked with, I don't want them in my life anymore. And I don't want to see them. I don't want to have to interact with them. I don't want to like welcome them back into my life, because I've moved on from that. And for somebody that's close to me to start getting intimate with them, that means I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to accept them back in. And maybe I don't want to do that. And now, is that selfish? It is. But like I feel like my feelings are still valid for that, because of how the specific things. Now, if I've had situations where like ended amicably and it was fine, I feel like that'd be a different conversation. But like specifically with the people that I have dealt with, I would feel some type of way, and I would like a conversation, just because I feel like that's a lot to ask for me to welcome them back in, if that makes sense.
okay, it does. Yeah, I think each, for me, since I already got friends in different kind of pockets, I think it would depend on the friend.
Yeah.
Like if it's my friend that, like I said, high and by, would I care? Probably not. If it's my homie though, and it's somebody that they know that I was really, really intimate with at a point, then I would have an issue, probably, most likely,
See.
a little bit.
All right, we could talk about this for days. We could do a whole season on this, but
Honestly, each episode would be like a different topic on this shit,
a
man. We
different
got different
layer.
stories, and then honestly, if we did something like that, you could finally hear some real stories.
Maybe idea for season
Maybe,
5.
maybe we might do a little bit like real life stories.
Yeah, let's
No
noodle on
names,
it.
no
Let's noodle
names, but real stories. Exactly.
on that.
See,
Redacted.
yeah.
All right, guys. So speaking of friendships, me and Darren thought it'd be fun to do a best friends test. Let me do the little Actually, I'm gonna do this transition. All right. I'm gonna play that. Now watch this shit hold me and not work this time. But I'm gonna play it after I ask each question. So the way that we're gonna do this is, me and Darren had 7 questions, and we each wrote down something for the question, and we have to guess what the other best friend said, if that makes sense. So we're gonna go down the list, and we're just gonna guess. And if we get it right, we get it right. If we get it wrong, we're still best friends. But somebody might just need to listen a little bit more to the other person. But all right, let's go. The first question is, what is your favorite color?
Hmm.
So I put that your favorite color was, I put blue.
You are correct.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
All right,
All right.
and for that same question, what is your favorite color? I put red.
Red is correct. Red is my favorite color. All right, all
You
right.
know it. You
We're doing
know it.
good so far. 1 for 1. All right. Next one is pretty easy. Pretty easy. Who is your favorite artist? Who's your favorite artist? You can go first.
For Jay, of course, man. I had to put Beyonce. No,
I'm not gonna do the drum roll, please.
no more drum roll.
What did you say? You said who?
I said Queen Beyonce.
And that is correct. Beyonce is my favorite artist. For Darren, I said that his favorite artist of all time is Kanye West.
It's only one answer. Come on. Yeah. Yeezy.
Yeah. He going through it, but that's still I respect it. I respect that he's still your favorite. Okay.
All you Nicki fans out there, you finally understand what we're going through. Yeah.
All right. All right. The next question is, what's your favorite hobby? Oh, this is so hard. I don't fucking know. Darren does a lot of shit, so it's hard. This is hard for me. I don't know what he's.
We used to do the Darren's Dope Dabbles. I used to do that all the time. I remember that shit. Darren's Dope Dabbles. If y'all remember all the old seasons, if y'all listen to them, man, we used to have them.
I feel like we did one in the first episode. I'm gonna say Marvel. Anything Marvel. Like you like the comics and you like watching the movies. So that is my final answer for your favorite hobby.
I'll give you like a fourth of a point.
Oh,
that's I'll say like movies. I'll say in general, like I'm just like a pop culture buff. So I really like to keep up with like movies, TV, music. I put a sports, all of that shit. I just put it. If I kind of put it in the same umbrella. But since you kind of put the Marvel movies, I'm gonna give you kind of.
But I feel like you like Marvel the most. You're most knowledgeable about Marvel. Like you know that through and through. Like,
but I mean, like you can also say that probably about DC. You can say that about a lot of anime. Just a lot of things.
Who? We don't count DC. They don't
DC.
exist in my eyes.
DC does exist. DC does exist.
Sure. All right. What'd you say for mine?
All right. Hobby was a little strange for me. I wanted to just straight up say the podcast. That's your favorite hobby. But honestly, like, I know we said that's like your work and your passion, but honestly, like I really want to say your music. Like obviously it's gonna be your life, but like I think that's your favorite thing to do. That's not making you money right now, and that's what I kind of make. That's kind of what I put a hobby as.
Damn, you kind of hold me. That's not making me money.
I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm talking about the millions you go make in the future. I'm not, you ain't making that right now.
You know what's crazy? I would have accepted either of those answers, music or the podcast. So good job. Okay. I guess, I guess I fucked up. Fuck. Okay. All right, next one's a little bit tough. What is favorite food? Do I have to guess or you guess first?
I can go first. Man, I feel like this I got two things kind of, but I feel like this is wrong. But I got yams and mac and cheese as like your two favorites.
That is incorrect.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, that's his favorite thing to make.
Exactly, yeah.
Not to eat. So yeah. Okay.
That's my favorite thing at Thanksgiving to eat together, but not my favorite food. My favorite food would have to be my mom's spaghetti. Like nobody makes it like how she does. She has a specific recipe.
Why was
that is my favorite food?
I was thinking spaghetti, but I was about like, I'm gonna get super old saying spaghetti. What the fuck?
You would have got it right. That's crazy.
You gotta stop second guessing.
All right. Yeah. For yours, I don't fucking know because you can't eat a lot of the dairy shit. You can't. It gives you trouble. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say salmon.
That is incorrect.
No.
My favorite food is anything chicken. I'm a lot like my mother. Chicken wings, chicken breasts, fucking chicken stir fry. I don't even fuck what it is. Put it in some chicken. I'm eating
That's good to know.
some
That's
nigga shit. Nigga shit.
It's Black History Month.
Black
Blackity black.
Happy
Yeah.
Black History Month.
Yeah, I meant to say that because when it came out, it was the first day of Black History Month last week, and I didn't. But anywho,
Mm-hmm.
all right. The next question: what is my middle name? I'm gonna go first. Your middle name is Victor.
I feel like that's such an easy one. Yes, that's correct. I feel like that's become like if people who know me just instantly know my middle name, like they just be like, yeah, it's Darren Victor Allen. Maybe because I got three first names. All right. Jay's middle name is Maurice.
What? He's bullshitting. He's playing games, guys. So let's try again with the correct thing.
No. That's my answer, Maurice.
That's not your answer.
That's my answer.
That's not your answer, bro. Come on now. He's trying to be dramatic for the podcast. You know, it's fun. I get it.
Dead ass. That's dead ass. That's my
This
answer.
nigga can't even say I'm dead ass with a
That's my answer. That's my answer. That's my answer. Am I right or wrong?
That is incorrect, and you know it's incorrect. You know the right answer. I'm not gonna fucking say it. You know what? What the fuck?
Well, is it any fun if we get all the answers right?
Yeah, that means that we're good best friends.
No, let's spice it up a little bit.
Just say it. Just say it. He knows it. He knows it.
It's Tyrone.
No.
What is
it? Starts with a T though.
It's Trey.
Middle name. You said it's Trey.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cute middle name, maybe for a son. My middle name is Tavon, and he knows this. It's not. He's bullshitting with you guys. I hope you know. This is.
Bro, he said Victor too fast. I'm sorry. I had to give him that. I can't. We can't just do that too fast.
This next one's hard though, because we hate everything.
Oh no. Right. I forgot about this question.
What is your pet peeve? You can go first. Good luck, motherfucker.
I want to straight up say everything, bro. Straight up say everything.
No, not everything.
I think your biggest pet peeve is when someone says they're gonna do something and then don't do it. I think you straight up hate when you don't give a fuck if they just don't do it. But the fact that they said some shit and they didn't follow through just leaves a crazy taste in you. You'd be like, wow, you're one of those.
Yeah. That is correct. You hit that is the onto the nail right there. Because I'm big on communication. Just like tell me that you can, or at least communicate. Like I don't know. Growing up, like. And love my dad, but he used to, like, as a kid, like when you tell a kid something that you're going to do, because, you tell kids you'll do something and then like you don't do it. That used to piss me off as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then like my dad would be like, well, you need to be a man of your word. And I'm like, but nigga, and so that just like grew with me, like, just being disappointed by people who like, and I'm a very I need to get it done type of person.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you don't do if you say that you can do it and you don't, and you waste my time, that's number 2. I don't like my time being wasted. Yeah. Those go hand in hand. So correct. Yeah. Yours, I think I got it right, because I feel like you've stopped being friends with someone because of this. And you said it earlier in the beginning. It's one of your principles. You don't like when people aren't straight up with you. That's a pet peeve of yours.
That's correct. Yes, I hate when people harbor things that they don't want to, share. When people aren't upfront with me or straight up, if they have an issue or if they, if there's something good too, I also don't like you.
Like,
your whole
feelings for you, but I didn't know how to tell. You'd be like, "Are you fucking serious?
Are you serious right now?" I hate that. Like, just be honest and straight up with me, and then I'm gonna always have respect for you. That's my shit.
And that was the best friend test. I think we each
Yeah.
got 2 wrong, but we got most of them right.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
think the
See?
ones that count we got right. Maybe
That's
we
some
should
good.
do
That's some
that.
solid friendship. I don't think any of y'all can get all of them right.
Look, all I'm gonna say is, you hoes could never.
Can never
Could
do
never.
that. Can't even
on now.
compare. Come on.
Can't even compare. All right, guys, it's time for the last call. This episode's gonna be a little long, y'all. We got it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. True fans will stick beside us. They will stick beside us.
They remember the old episodes when they was like, "Whoo, we had some long ones. We had some long ones. This is honestly the shortest season we done ever had."
No, literally.
Dead
Oh
ass.
my god. Okay, so we're gonna do "Am I the Asshole?" So you go first.
No, you got this one on you, so I'm gonna let you out of 4
my
for this
God.
first one. Go ahead, because you already said you know your answer to your shit.
Yeah.
So
It's funny as fuck. Because I have to call one of my friends out. Clay, I'm calling you out. I just gotta let you know I am calling you out. I love you so much. I love you, brother. I do. But I'm gonna call you out, nigga. I have to, because this shit is crazy. It just happened today. Let me I have to pull out the text message because all right. Don't be nervous. It's not that bad if you're listening.
he's like, "What you about to say right now?"
No, literally. Okay, wait. Let me find it. Oh, here we go. All right. So, Clay is going out of town. He's going out of town soon. I don't want to tell his business. He's going out of town soon, and he is spending the night at mine, so that way I can take him to the airport. It's easier that way. And we're going to see a movie the same day, so we have plans to hang out, right? So he texts me, and he's like, because I think I texted him something earlier. He said, "My bad, I just got done playing ball. I'm probably gonna call it a night," because I think I invited him over for something. He couldn't make it because he was playing basketball. Mm-hmm. So I said, "All good. What time do you want me to scoop you tomorrow?" Let me read that sentence one more time. All good. What time do you want me to scoop you tomorrow? The movie is at 7:50, so I was thinking I scoop, then we hit the movies, and then back to mine. He said, "Bet. Sounds good to me." Again, he said, "Bet. Sounds good to me." Then he sends me the screenshot of, something, a text message we were talking about. I was like, okay, that's cool. And I said, okay, so bet. So what time do you want me to scoop you? Around 6:30? Is that cool? Yeah. So I was like, around what time? Because, before, let me just read it again. What time do you want me to scoop? All good. What time do you want me to scoop you tomorrow? The movie is at 7:50. So I was thinking that I scoop you. We go to the movies. He says, bet, sounds good to me. After I said, what time you want me to scoop you? So I asked it again. And then I also asked another question. I'm like, is this message from something else? Or because he sent me a screenshot. I'm like, what's this about? He says, nah, it's not from that. It's from something else. Still not answering my fucking question.
Oh my god.
But my question is, am I the asshole for emphasizing the message that says, okay, bet. So what time do you want me to scoop you? Because I'm gonna just show up at 6:30. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes, because this will come out after this whole thing happens. So, am I the asshole for emphasizing that message?
I don't think you're the asshole for doing that. That don't sound like something that's asshole-ish, really. Maybe it could be a little annoying when someone's trying to get their train of thought out and you're trying to talk about the question at hand. But I get what you're saying, because you're trying to just get this bitch out the way, and then we could talk about what you're trying to talk about. But it's y'all was just obviously operating out of order. So y'all niggas obviously wasn't on the same page. But I wouldn't say you the asshole for just trying to get that knowledge. You're the one that's scooping him. So if you don't know when to pick a nigga up, can you pick the nigga up?
Right.
I'm saying, can you pick the nigga up? I mean, if you pull up to the shits and Clay ain't next to you, niggas be like, "Where's Clay at?" He's like, "Well, the nigga never told me what time to get him." So I just kept going straight to the place.
And then would I be the asshole for not being there?
For not
Because you never said anything.
To not
What
pick
the
up
fuck am I supposed to do?
You know
I feel
me.
like then I'd be the asshole.
You know me. I'm gonna say no, but I think I think we're kind of assholes though. So maybe the answer is yes. That's why I was like, maybe you do have to kind of like call a nigga. Maybe you gotta really exhaust. I think that's the thing that might make people assholes. If you don't like exhaust all your ways to communicate.
I forgot this part.
Uh-oh.
So after I emphasize the message, still no response to anything that I fucking said. No, never answered. Just nothing. I posted something on my story, and he likes the story. I'm like, nigga, did you not see the question that I asked you? Like, are you at this point? Are you ignoring me on purpose?
No, you say
I have a platform. You can't ignore me now.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's trying to ignore you. It's okay though.
I don't think he is. I really don't think he is.
No, he probably just literally didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't see how though, because I emphasized that message.
You emphasized it, but I mean, he gotta tell you eventually, right?
Exactly, because how are you gonna get to the airport? How are you gonna see the movie? There's different things that you need. Clay, we got to figure this out. I'll let you guys know next week if we figured it out.
No. Oh man! All right, I guess
your
it's my
turn.
All right. I had to really think about this one because I just have many moments where I'm like, am I the asshole? And I always come up with the conclusion, yeah, probably, most likely. But this one in particular had me thinking like, maybe I'm not the asshole, but I think people would think I am. So I'm gonna just pose it. So I think we hit a certain time of our lives where we hit milestones that all of us should hit at that certain time.
Mm-hmm.
Certain circumstances, get in the way, and I understand that. I totally understand that. But I think at a certain point, you kind of need to make a leap. And this isn't towards anyone in particular. This is just in general. I'm making a general statement right now.
So, in other words, this is aimed at somebody specific.
This is not aimed at anyone specific. But me and you will be 26 this year.
Yeah.
26 years old.
Gross.
I know, it sounds kind of old, right?
You first, though.
I remember. Okay, yeah, me first. I don't know. I remember a time where, a decade ago now, where we were rushed to go get our license. We would be really, really quick to just try to get that, take the test, boom, 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 get that bitch, get the car, so we own it. I don't know how the kids of today are, but I know right now we're like a decade into like our driving careers, decade plus into our driving careers,
Mm-hmm.
And no shade. There are some people, can you believe, that don't have the L's now. And I'm not saying like people who can't, like people who literally can't drive, disabilities of any kind, whatever. It's people that can't, that just not are choosing just straight up not to do it.
Oh, I know some of them. I do.
And you know some of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the reasonings are different. Certain people just can't do it for certain reasons. Maybe it's anxiety related. Cool. That's different. They're in a different category. I'm talking about the people that just won't do that motherfucker. So I knew somebody. Okay, now I'm speaking somebody in particular. I'm not saying no names, but I knew somebody that just would not ever get their license, ever. And this was like a couple years ago, and I was taking this nigga to work, and it was one time where he really needed me to take him to work, and I was just like, and he actually wasn't at his crib this time. He said he was at somebody else's crib. So I had to go drive to where he was at to go take him to work. Mm-hmm. I just said, "Fuck it, bro. I'm not I didn't say nothing. I didn't text him back. I just went to work. I said, I'm not about to. You got to grow up and you got to get your own L's type shit. So am I the asshole for like not like scooping niggas number to just put my foot down and be like, I'm not about to be the nigga that's gonna be your guy, the scoop.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for that? Like, I just feel like niggas should take their driver's test.
So wait, question: you just didn't respond after?
I did not respond after that. After you sent me a location that was not his crib, I was not about to respond.
Okay, so you're the asshole for not responding.
Okay,
you're the asshole for not responding. Because you could have been like, hey, like, I don't have the gas to do that. Like, I wasn't, planning on doing that.
I had the gas. I had the gas.
even
I
still,
just
if
didn't
you're
want
like,
to. I straight up
yeah,
didn't want
like
to.
you, if you were there, if you were at your place, it'd be a different story. You would have done it, but he was not. The circumstances were different. You could have communicated that, but you're not the asshole for not wanting to take him because the situation was
And
different.
I
And you
kept
should have
doing
wanted
it.
him
It
to
was this was a minute. This was for a minute. This is when I was at Amazon. So this was like for a
Oh
minute
yeah,
type shit. And I
oh
was like,
yeah.
I'm not about to
Oh, and
do
you
it.
guys worked at the same place,
Yeah, we worked at the same
and
place.
so he would have had to go out of your way to go get him.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not the asshole for that.
But I
You're
did it
the
a few
asshole for
times.
not responding.
I feel like I got some good karma by doing it a few times though. I did it a good like at least 6 times.
You're
And
the
that 7th
asshole.
time just wasn't.
I'd have been like, you know what you did? You pulled a
I'm sorry,
Clay.
bro.
You pulled a Clay. I love you, Clay. I love you.
You pulled
But
a
you
Clay.
did.
You pulled a Clay. Didn't
Just
respond.
not
I'm
gonna
sorry.
respond to my question. All right. Okay.
No, bro. But you had the autonomy in this one. Like you was picking up somebody in this one. I had the autonomy as well. I was like, I'm scooping you, bro. And you giving me like it just felt like you was giving me conditions.
Yeah.
You was like, hey, could you do this for me? But you gotta go drive all the way over there and then go take me and type of shit. And they wouldn't even give me gas. This was off the strength.
Oh yeah. No,
I
you're
was
not the
being a
asshole
nice
for not
guy.
wanting to do that.
And I was
You're
a
not the asshole
manager.
for not-
I was a manager at the time, so I was just
You
being
should
a
have
nice guy.
fucking fired his ass. Well, you'd be the asshole for that.
That was super hard. I wouldn't fire him because he just can't drive. I think he was just. I think he was. I don't know if he was scared to drive. He just was just refusing to do it. The nigga was my age. Well, a couple years older, but yeah, but like maybe like a year and then in some months, but still, we was around the same fucking age, bro. And you was on the older side of the spectrum, and you ain't got your L's. Come on, bro. And that's just a lesson. Like, go get your L's. What's stopping you? And if you scared, I hope you get over that because it's fun to have your L's.
It is.
It's fun. It's lit.
All right, guys, we are like severely over time, so we're gonna wrap it up right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. But we are at the end here, and it's been great. It's been great. That's how you know we've had a very good time because this episode has ran long.
Yeah.
But as always, if you want to find out all things The Experience, you can find us on Instagram at the Experience_podcast. _pod, sorry. The Experience_pod, yikes. And then on TikTok at theexperience.podcast. There we go. I always get it's because we have more than one now. That's
and they all slightly different.
Exactly. I wish you could just have the same one.
Yeah,
I need to talk to Mark Zuckerberg and the other and show who runs TikTok. We'll figure it out. Okay. And then if you want to figure out what the fuck I'm up to, you can find me on Instagram at J_Gooden98 and then on TikTok at JGooden. Where can I find you, my friend?
Only on Twitter. Friend. Only on X and Instagram. At NetSaturn, and that's at NEDSATURN.
Yes, guys. Well, we're at the end of the episode. This has been episode 9. We will see you guys next week for the season fucking finale of season 4. Look at us go.
I think we already got a lot in our brains to talk about already. And in case you missed it, nigga.
Oh yeah,
just wait. Just wait.
Great.
Just wait.
All right, guys. Thank you. We love you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Salute.